unseen, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a high five. I feel drunk, but I'm sober. I'm young and I'm underpaid. I'm tired, but I'm working, yeah. I care, but I'm restless. I'm here, but I'm really gone. I'm wrong and I'm sorry, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be quite alright. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is flicking a cigarette. And what it all comes down to is that I haven't got it all.
Hi, welcome to X Factor Cars, Southland's multi-award-winning pre-owned dealership. Stockists of classic collectibles, V8s, family vehicles, trade vehicles and everything in between. Thinking American or Aussie muscle, family vehicle or custom? Think X Factor Cars.
The St Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
My brain escapes me. It is Samuel Fraser on the front row there with the 21 car of Ian Clark to the outside of him. They'll head round and do a little bit of track packing. They've had the water put on it, so we'll just give them a minute or two. Car 91 has Chris Fraser driving it tonight, normally driven by his father. As we look through the pack, and Sam Martin down from Blenheim. Good to see Greg Rooney back in the 188, the Commodore. As we go on to a pedestrian run around, front two cars are ready to go racing, but they'll give them the signal as they come across the start finish line. And it looks like we're going to go racing next lap round. Go back to Gordon with the 9 car of Johnson behind him, and then we go to the two rear-wheel drive cars that, well, she bought them 2 out there tonight. The BMW, the 91 of Bailey with the 86 of Phileas. It is little blips and we'll grid them all up. We go back to the 78 of Palmer with Martin beside him, the 3NZ of Vaughan Fairburn, Greg Rooney in the 188 and the 1NZ of Sherlock.
So Sam Fraser off the front there doesn't get anything like the start that Ian Clark does, and away we go. Ian Clark in the 21. Away he goes.
Just about waved goodbye to him at this point.
Yeah, he hasn't even completed a lap and he's so far ahead of the rest of the field. Oh, we've got one into the wall there. That's the 9 car of Brad Gordon. Brad Johnson. I always get those two mixed up. Every single night this season I've got those two mixed up. I do apologise.
To be fair, it's not the worst thing he's done to that car this year.
And the 188 already pulled in there. That's Greg Rooney.
We've got the performance smoke coming out of Clark as he comes off Enviro Waste. He hasn't got the big plume like he normally has on it.
Oh, I don't know. There's a little bit. as he just backs off to go into the turns. But the 16 car there of Sam Fraser definitely struggling a little bit to hold back the 72 of Brad Gordon. That is definitely Brad Gordon in the 72, and the 86 of David Filius there, making a good showing in the Commodore Taxi. Tucked in behind him, the 78 of Stephen Palmer, who's working his way through the field quite nicely, and he's got the 1NZ of Brad Johnson tucked on his tail. 91 there, the BMW of Alan Bailey, or did you say it was Chris Bailey driving that tonight?
It's Chris.
It's Chris driving that one tonight. Yep, and then the and the 9 car there of Brad Johnson near the back of the field, along with the 3NZ, uncharacteristically at the back there, Vaughan Fairburn. He's spent a lot of the time near the front of this pack racing this season, but you get the feeling that this track is just not quite what they expected.
It's also that we're at the back end of the season, and how much of a car do you want left to rebuild for next season?
Well, there is that, I guess, too. So I think tonight's the final outing for production saloons here at Koken Woodford Glen. So there will be an element of self-preservation about some of them.
Just a little.
Ian Clark ticks off another lap, with the 72 of Brad Gordon holding on to a solid second place there, and quite a distance back now to the battle between David Filius in the 86 and the 1NZ car of Brad Johnson. Chris Bailey driving the 91, holding off the 9 there, but we're in the white zone now, just one to go. Just one to go with Ian Clark in the 21, who's absolutely bossed this race from the first half lap. He opened a lead which was never ever going to be pulled back, I think it'd be fair to say. And there we go, checkered, well deserved checkered for Ian Clark from the 72 of Brad Gordon in third place, eventually 86 David Filius.
You'll really love the feeling of a flooring extra floor. So come and get that feeling today.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, plane it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
Anyway, we're going to go racing very shortly with our mini stocks there. First race of the evening. This is the adult mini stock, so we've got 2 lots of them out there. Bork and Adams on the front, and we've given them a green. We're away and racing. Brighton the 17 will follow through. Got a couple of Greymouth visitors in the mix of all of this. As the 195 car, which has pretty much been at the front end of this pack all summer long, out there. He's battled there with the 24 and the 17, and the 5 car of Phillips looking to make some moves. We go 3 wide through the mid pack, which gets a little iffy at times as we look to the front end. The 24 car's gone up underneath the 195 and has taken over the race lead. The 17 car's looking to the outside as Adam looks to go to the... He's gone defensive. He's dropped to that pole line to protect himself. Looking further back through the pack. Who's making some moves here? The 92 car on the 64 of the GM looks to the inside. A little bit of contact there as they head round 1 and 2. Out in front of this Bork and the 24 car. With the 195 and the 17. Not a lot's changing in those positions at the 1, 2 and 3, but the battle here between Marsden and Weir. The 86 and 92 as they head through there with the 42 looking to follow on through. Stephen Parkle. He's right on the back of the 86 car. Out in front though, it is the 24. Wait to the 195. Then the 17. We look further back. We go back to the 5 car of Connor Phillips. 2 Greymouth cars sort of sandwiched in the mid-pack there. Across the start-finish line, once again it is the 24 of Bork. Caleb Adam showing as the race leader, so I think we might find that the 24 car is not actually registering as it comes around. 17 is almost in the grasp of the 5 as we head through Enviro Waste once again. And it is Bork out in front. 5 car of Phillips looking to make some moves here is right up on the back end of the 17 as we head round 1 and 2. We move back. The Greymouth car is almost having to go line astern just to keep the Whoops.
Slightly
the
wibbly wobbly there.
car got way out of shape. Fortunately, we got some bumpers and we straightened them up as it allowed Marsden in the 86 and 42 of Parkle to go through. Across the start finish line. And here's the 5 car move through into 3rd spot. I wonder just how much they've looked at their other car. The Phillips have got the 12 car which they run in youth mini stock and gone, we can adapt what we're learning from that car into the 5 car, because that 12 car is a rocket ship and the 5 car has picked up a lot of speed since it was last year. Out in front once again across the start finish, it is the 24 of Bork. Back to Adam, Phillips and then Bright. Keeping it relatively clean throughout most of the pack here. The 92 gives the 64 car a bit of a hurry up, and there we go. I say it, I jinx it, and then we have a collision. As the 7 car got involved in that, the 64 carries on going. We look out of Enviro Waste, and the battle for first now is
hotted up a bit.
It's only just a brake fade away from the other one. The 195 car is within about 3 or 4 feet of the 24. He's going to look to the inside here. He's got momentum, but he's going to go to the outside.
24 covering the inside line, but the 5 car's got a real turn of speed there too.
Yeah, the white flag is now out for this little lead pack that comes across. And just watching where the 24 car, he's gone real defensive. He's not giving any room up the inside. Oh, has he? He's opened the door here. The 195 has gone up the inside, but not very far up. And he's going. The 195 committed under brakes, and he got through. And the 5 car just about, like the 195 of Caleb Adam will take the race win. Back to Bork on the 24 and Phillips in the 5.
Just the tiniest puff of dried dirt went up through turn 3 there as he made that pass, which would suggest that some part of that race car was over the pole line. So
to be fair, he was fully locked up. The wheels weren't turning.
He was, yeah.
Want mag wheels now? We've got 14-inch mag and tyre combos from only $8 a week, 15s from $10 a week, and 17s from only $12 a week. 15 stores nationwide, limited time, only at Mag and Turbo.
The 823 on the inside, which projection boost. And we are going racing. Ooh, we're a bit bunched up there in the middle of the pack. This has allowed the 12 car just to go. He's going to disappear off into the distance. Let's try to. And really bunched up in the middle there. The 8 car trying to muscle his way through, and it looks like Bailey Cooper has got through. He has. On the 823, the 71 of Brooks looking to fight back, and McSweeney hard on the brakes. Our race leader decided to take an alternative line, as in, I thought he was going for a hot dog, and he's gone out wide. There's a little bit of contact there on the 31 onto the 93. And the Phillips in the 12 car has lost all his momentum, and Cooper's gone through. So if he's just made the race interesting for himself. He's now got to catch the 8 car, then got to try and get past him. We go back to Brooks. Osborne here in the 16 looking to challenge the 97 up the inside. And the 12 car has got the run on the 8 down the front straight, down into turn 1. Interesting how they're all staying on that low part of the track.
Yeah, they do not want to go up higher, do they?
No, there's just a little bit of Morse coding going on there between the 16 and the 71. And I think you can loosely interpret what he's saying. Is we watch the 31 car all over back. Horton and 97 having a battle midway through. As you look further back through the pack, battles between Keith and Rowlands, and the 72 spun down there. There's the Haig followed by Elliott Carr across the start finish line. Our race leader through Envirowaste at the moment, it is Phillips. Back to Cooper. Real battle here between Knox, and she just gives the 16 car the nudge out of the way.
Absolutely.
So not often you see Osborne muscled around, and Horton goes, well, if you're going to make a gap for us, we might as well make it fit for both, and shoots through. McSweeney sitting back there in the 71 of Brooks. As we head down, Horton's ducked up the inside of Knox. She just turns down over the front, lay lock bumpers, and she gets spat out wide. As it allows Osborne and McSweeney to sort of rectify, we're going red.
26 had spun up there out of turn 2. I think that was what that was for.
Of course, before the race even started, once again, we actually lost the 77 car of Robbie Edgeworth. He was on the infield. It just surprised me that I saw the flashy lights on the rescue van. And we'll get back into Indian file in the chute. Believe it or not, there's another mini stocks race, Tony.
Yes, that's right. Oh, the excitement never stops here at Koken Woodford Glen.
You feel the mighty 52 horsepower. The 321 car doing donuts on the infield. Not sure if that's the approach that's desired.
Sorry, I think Kinder's going to go and have a word.
Oh, it's not Kinder, but
Oh,
it will
isn't
be
it?
by the time. No, that's Aaron in that one.
Okay.
And yeah, I think the direction's fairly clear. If we're racing for a ranch in youth mini stocks, it's only going to be a Lego one. As Bailey Cooper, Cole Phillips, Osborne, McSweeney says.
Oh, bang, bang, bang,
Oh,
bang,
boom,
bang,
yep.
boom.
This is
Yep.
this is the great restart. If only with brake lights. Anyway, we are ready to go racing once again. The green is waved. We unleash the power, and Cooper leads us away. The 16 car all over the back of the 12. He is looking every which way.
Osborne knows that the 12 car's a bit quicker, and he's got to get onto it now if he's going to make a pass stick.
He does, and I guess the biggest thing is if you can just push those cars wide. Because
Yes.
and Osborne he's done that. He's pushed the 12 car up high on the track. But what it has meant is the 97 car is going to join in. We're going to go 3 wide into 1. Phillips is just going to sit back, and Cooper's going to come back, and the 47 car's picked up. So the 12 car's shuffled right back, and Osborne's through. But Osborne tried to turn down on the 8 car, and he held the bumper there. He didn't have to move. He was already in that spot. But we're getting a real shuffle at the front here. Osborne in the SADT car out in front. As the 47 car looking up the inside of the 97, and the 12 car, here's where it gets dangerous. He's starting to wind up. Osborne's got a bit of clear air. He's probably got enough laps as we come around. I think we're on lap 5. The white is in the starter's hands. So Brian will flick that out. So Osborne knows he's got 1 lap to go. And then we go back to Horton, the 12 car with the 97 battling either side. So McSweeney and Phillips. And it will be Osborne past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand, down into Envirowaste. Battle on for second when McSweeney fires up a lot of dust as he tries to go into Horton. But it will be Ashton Osborne, followed by 47 and the 97 of McSweeney. That was a relatively interesting race when you look at all the positional swaps at the front end.
It was. It was a good race actually, and the youth mini stocks are not always renowned for giving us close racing, but there we definitely had it.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
As we're in the starters' hands, we're giving them the green, and we're going to go 3 wide, 4 wide.
4 wide by the look of it.
4 wide we are. We're all going to try and fit on the 1 car width on the pole line as we go around through turns 1 and 2. So it'll be easier if we put an Armco on the pole line. As interestingly, we've talked about this a couple of times throughout the season, Tony, how the racing to production rules now, and of course production rules. I was about to say full contact, but no, they're not. They but yet mini stocks, a large majority of them still running their mirrors.
Yeah.
Now, interesting when you look at the remits for SENs.
I thought you were going to talk about this. Yep.
There's a remit in there saying that all classes run mirrors.
Yeah.
Now, I'd love to know how you can look in a rearview mirror and drive a sprint car.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
But anyway.
No, well, the argument is that if you put a mirror in the car, then if you have to pull off, you can see what's behind you, and you should be able to do that more safely than if you don't have the mirror. That's the argument, and it's on the face of it, it's not a bad argument. But you introduce mirrors into race cars where they haven't been before, like some of the non-contact grades,
yep.
And you're really changing the dynamics of the racing, aren't you?
I won't mention the particular driver's name, but a certain very renowned Super Saloon driver, when Super Saloons were allowed to run mirrors, ran a little spot mirror on his left-hand side. And if you put your nose up the inside, he cut your nose off. And the same thing will happen again. But anyway, we go back to the mini stocks. They're racing at the moment. It is the 5 car of Phillips out in front. Good grief, the Phillips family having a busy night as the evening goes. They're turning cars around. We go back to the 64 of Buckman. And we move through to Bork with the 153 and the 44 moving through now. So out in front it is the 5 car. Well and truly out in front. You get a funny feeling that the Phillips family have had a busy wee time. Looking through the pack, the 195s look to move through. Well, we've got one round. Who was it? It's Marsden gone round. Wickens put him round, but straightened up by the 85, and they keep rolling. Although the 8 car parked, is it the 65 car, the other Buckman machine, parked it in the wall down at turn 4. As we head through Enviro Waste, it is the 5 car in the lead, back to the 64 GM. Not a lot's changing at the front. Once you get out in front at the moment, it is all pretty consistent. And I just see Tony's been given some notes. It's lovely when the referee comes and tells you, as opposed to us hearing them yell through the walls.
Oh yeah, look, we're getting absolutely first-class service from the Speedway New Zealand officials tonight, and I mean that sincerely.
Yeah, actually, we do mean that sincerely. It has been they've got a mission tonight. They've got to keep a whole bunch of drivers in tow, and then there's a whole bunch of drivers that aren't racing for a championship. They've got to try and keep. As the referee said, if you have a good meeting, you don't need me.
All he has to do is turn the lights on at the beginning of the race and turn them off at the end.
Yeah, and let someone let the cat out at the end of the night. Anyway, we go across the start-finish line once again. It is the 5C of Phillips, back to the 64 of Buckman and Bork in the 24. Nothing's changed in those front 3. It seems to be the trend of the evening. We go back to the 44 of Sutton and battle here with the 7 and the 154 and the 195 looking to join in. But our race leader across the start-finish line once again. 8-lap race. And just keeping a constant. He's got a great gap. He's got a couple of back markers he's going to come up on shortly. As Buckman is going to be in the threat of being taken up as they head past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand by the 24 car of Bolt. As we come across the start-finish line once again. I was half expecting a white flag then. I'm losing count. Anyway, we look further through the pack here. Who's battling Park? We're looking to have a battle here with the 195 and the 17 across start-finish line. Bork is right on the back of the 64 cars. We head down the back straight. Goes to the outside. Gets on the brakes early. Will he duck to the inside of it? No, he does. He does the crossover. White flag is out for our race leader. The 24 car of Bork goes up the inside of Buckman and takes position. Now he's got to run defensive. So no real chance of picking up the race leader. He's gone. Here's Phillips passes the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand down to Enviro Waste. It will be another race win for the Phillips family. The 64, oh, yellow. Oh. And that's going to be for the Marsden car over at Turn 2. Missed the incident, but we are finished under the checker. The race goes to the 5 car. And we look to the pit chute, and our modifieds are going to be back out once again.
Yeah, and just before they do, a couple of bits of information from the referee, and then we're going to pay some bills. In the previous heat, the 71S car, that's Newton Gorge, relegated 2 spots. Jacko, beg your pardon, yep. Relegated 2 spots for contact on 32. So we did see that in the live stream replay.
It wasn't the subtlest moment of the race.
And the 88T car has also been relegated 2 spots for the pass on 49C.
So when we get relegated for a pass, it normally means that they pass with 2 or more wheels on the infield.
Yeah.
And that's the logic they're using. So one of the issues we do here have at Koken Woodford Glen is the ripple strip.
Yes.
And some of the drivers are using it beyond its legal advantage.
Absolutely. So we're going to pay a bill or 2 and back in a minute.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV over your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
Vaughan Fairburn mid-pack there. He's been very quick this season in that 17 Honda. And away we go. We're green and we're racing, and Chris Bailey gets the mighty German horsepower down on the track.
Whoops, did I snigger?
And the 86 car under a little bit of pressure there from... I can't see the number of the one on the outside, Jared. No, it's the 78 of Stephen Palmer, who's come on quite strong this season. Didn't have the most luck at the beginning of the season, but he's really sorted that car out in the last few meetings, and he streaks through the middle and into the lead. So Stephen Palmer leads us around. A little bit of cars all over the show through 1 and 2, but they've all got through safely. And the 91 car taking a slightly higher line, a little bit tail happy, as the rear wheel drives tend to be. The 86 of Phileas, a little bit more controlled, and the 17 of Vaughan Fairburn coming through quite strong as well. A little bit of smoke there. We can guess who that's from. the main smoker in the field, 21, Ian Clark. He's got the 1NZ tucked in behind him as well. We're copping a little bit of oil on the visor at the moment, I suspect. So Stephen Palmer in the 78. Car that seems to change colour quite frequently, but it's going well. And the 91 having one of its best races for a long time, I have to say, holding on to a solid second place there. It's a bit of a logjam behind Phileas. We've got one.
Lost a wheel
there.
And now we've got a fire, or have we? We just got, the Falcons decided to have a moment.
There was some contact, I thought, with the 17, but whether that's caused that wheel or whether that was because of the wheel coming off the 14 car, I'm not sure.
There's certainly a blue mark on the Vaughan Fairburn's car.
Sorry, 3NZ, yeah.
To be fair to Vaughan, he has done everything this season to not make contact with cars. As we're going to look, we've lost the entire wheel, a bit of bumper on that. So Fairburn's on the inside, right up beside Phileas. We go into the corner. We're pushing out wide, are we? No, we're all staying nice and clean. And then mid-corner, we come back through, and we're fighting over the same bit of space, and I actually think we just drove over each other's wheels.
Yep, I think it did.
And we've left a large... that's a side skirt off the Honda. As we watch them head around the Honda car up the inside, the 3NZ, right on the back of Phileas, as... we go. Oh, no, they drove over... they drove over each other's wheels.
Yep, the two front wheels contacted and jumped over each other.
Yeah,
the 3NZ X17 car, of course, has survived and is still running, but the 14 isn't.
To be fair, if you were to write that one down on paper, one, a Honda Tornio running into a BA Falcon or vice versa, you'd have to put money on the BA Falcon.
You would really.
And secondly, being one's front-wheel drive and one's rear-wheel drive, you would have picked that the one with the front-wheel drive would lose the half shaft and the front wheel. So, looking at the 14 car, it's a bit of a mess out of the landing, and they've had to put the water on them because something was, I'm guessing it's brake or power steering line has decided to let go. As we head round through Envirowaste, we're going to go racing. Here we have the 78 car in the lead. He will take us away as somewhere down mid-pack the 21 car tries to slap the wall on the restart. Bailey having a go in the BMW, but it's just a little bit taily for him. Phileas in the 86 car, and Fairbairn looking to come back at the 86. As we head down to Envirowaste, Fraser trying to bring that car in on the brakes. The problem is he gets on the brakes, he just doesn't get the back of it to turn early enough. And Phileas has gone up the inside. There's a little bit of contact because we're competing over the same bit of space. Out in front, the 78 car of Palmer, he's going to go for it. He's just gone. As we look at the Bailey car through Envirowaste, back to Phileas. Waves the back of the taxi at the Brown and Patterson Honda cars 3NZ as the 9C looking to that outside line. And Brad trying to wind up the wee Honda, the Integra. Goes to the outside of the 3NZ, but I don't know if he's got enough track to do. He gets around Envirowaste, and so the battle's really on for that fourth spot. I think Ian Clark's going to join in shortly as they head down the front straight. You can hear a whole bunch of Hondas on the rev limiters there.
Yeah, the rev limiters going crazy, aren't they, down the end of the front straight?
It's just like a woodpecker with Tourette's. Out in front, though, it is the 78 car takes the white flag back to the 91 of Bailey Jr. and the 86 of Phileas. He throws the Commodore at the corner. Bailey's lost the back of the 91 car, rejoins, and just moves right over on the 86, but it's allowed Phileas and the 3NZ of Fairbairn. Fairbairn's going to go up the inside here. Phileas will give him space. You see what he did? He picked on that big BA before. Anyway, the race win's gone to Palmer. Fairbairn will take second, and Phileas will take third.
So, reasonably action-packed production saloon race there, brought to us by Sylvester V8 Performance.
As the productions wind down. And we're going to disappear from window 2, and as Tony puts it, pay some bills.
Get wholesale tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
Hi, welcome to X Factor Cars, Southland's multi-award-winning pre-owned dealership. We've been based in Invercargill since 2004, but with a nationwide delivery service available, we'll deliver the car to your door. Stock us of classic collectibles, V8s, family vehicles, trade vehicles, and everything in between. With an in-house finance and insurance specialist, we're with you every step of the way. We're extremely proud to be the naming rights partner of X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Thinking American or Aussie muscle, family vehicle or custom? Think X Factor Cars.
What's the background noise? As going to go yellow again. Wow. Oh, go green again. Way. Well, we had some colour dyslexia there. And Osborne, as Osborne leads us around back to McCartney Andrew with Horton back there. Knox in the 97 car chasing down into Envirowaste. So Osborne has a bit of clear air here. We're going to go yellow. Oh, for the spun.
Oh, 72. That's Emily Brooks.
It is. She got taken out very gingerly the last race. We're making this one a marathon just to start it, to be honest.
We are, just to get a first lap completed. Proving to be a little bit of a challenge.
It's a just wait to see the cars come around in grid. Meanwhile, I'll carry on with my Trade Me purchases whilst we're commentating. No. It's a interesting start. I guess you race to the lights. It was yellow, then it went green, and once it went green, you go for it. It was funny, to be fair, Tony, I shouldn't joke about this, but one of the young competitors in this grade is he's relatively short, but he's only 12. So, and I always find it amusing because the age variation is in the growth spurts for most of these kids, and you get guys that are short. I better not put a height on them because they're very horribly offended. And then you get other kids that are taller than me at 6 foot, and just that 4-year gap amongst the competitors. It must be horrible for their parents organising race overalls and roll cages and seatbelt and seats with mounts for seat belts.
Well, you grow out a pair of school shoes every year, don't you? And if you're unlucky, you get through more than one pair in a year. So, as you say, a race suit must be even worse.
Well, when I was 13, I was 5'2", and by the time I was when I was 12, I was 5'2", and by the time I was 13, I was 6 foot. So, and the parents, because it's the wrong time for the parents, especially mid-season when they get the growth spurt and they're going to start chopping the cars around.
Alrighty, so
we're going to go again.
Let's try again. Cross your fingers and toes, folks.
We'll finish under a yellow after one lap. No, I shouldn't laugh. As Osborne leads us away, it is the 93 car behind him, the 47 of Horton looking up the inside of the 93, and McSweeney's there as well. Back to Knox with Cooper and Kaylin Keith. Further back, Pinnell having a battle there, and the 12 car of Phillips. It's a good bunch up here at the front. Osborne hasn't pulled away from the pack. He's got a few car lengths over the second place, but second place could go three ways at the moment. And it's gone to McSweeney. Back to Horton. Knox has come through in the 31 car. And the 31 car seems to be the one on the move at the moment. But washing out a little wide, everybody backing off a little bit of touches in there. Nothing too sinister. Out in front though, Osborne in the SADT stealth car, followed by McSweeney in the 97. Horton there, comfortably sitting in third. Got a wee gap back as we look further back through the pack. A little moment there for the 4 car. As we come across the start-finish line, the 12 car looking to make the inside move on the 8. Horton up the inside of McSweeney down the back straight as we head past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand. You're not going to see a huge power difference, although McSweeney did get just enough ahead and tries to keep the gap under brakes. The race leader still Osborne, so McSweeney hasn't really done much to catch up with the lead car, but has managed to pull a wee bit of a gap on the 3rd. We are just looking around. There's definitely that speed variation, isn't there, Tony? As you see the experience and the confidence, and a bit of racecraft coming into a few cars. I mean, obviously Osborne comes from a line of it, but McSweeney catching Osborne at the moment.
Yes.
And he has got the pace to go up the inside of Lucy Elliott, and McSweeney under brakes pulls it to within half a car length. And you sense if he does that in another lap, he's going to be right up beside Osborne. Horton looking to catch the first and second place cars. But these back markers, we're going to go 2 wide here, and so that means Osborne's going to have to go 3 wide. Now, if McSweeney can pick it, he might go down to that low line, but Osborne's done it beautifully there. McSweeney goes the low line, and it's almost like the gate's open from him. The white flag is out for Osborne. And that's the other thing. Some of these back markers, they'll be watching the mirrors and they'll move over as appropriate. which can work for and against you. McSweeney can make the big lunge here, but he's just too far back. Osborne will come through Enviro Waste. Checkered flags being unfurled. Ashton Osborne will take the win back to McSweeney, followed by Horton. Real gaggle of cars here, and it knocks, and I think Phillips with Keith.
So Ashton Osborne, you'd have to say, a class act really in this grade. Doesn't race every meeting here at Woodford Glen, but when he races, he usually wins a race, and he's usually top 3 in most of the races he competes in. And it'll be really interesting to see his career develop over the next few years.
And yes, when he stopped the whole tight. None on the infield out of that one, though, to be fair.
No, it was good, wasn't it? We had a lot of difficulty getting them started, but once they started, they ran cleanly and all finished well.
Hi, I'm Brittany Carpenter, driver of 85 GM, based out of Greymouth. I use wholesale tyres, coloured chrome rims on my car. If you're looking for something unique and different on your car, contact Wholesale Tyres to get these coloured rims. Or get a hold of them on Facebook at Wholesale Tyres, or go onto their website, which is www.wholesaletyres.net.nz. See you trackside.
Need coloured chrome rims? Wholesale Tyres. Good rims, better prices, great people.
The meeting is not going to end the way he wants it to.
No, it's ended for him.
Our adult mini stocks head around. We'll go racing with them, led away by a very interesting start. 5 wide there, I'm sure, at one point. But out in front, it is Oliver Sutton in the 44 car. Heads us through with Weir in the 92 up the inside of the 7 car. Parkle on the 42 looking to move on the back of the 92 of Weir. Quite bunched as they were coming off that corner as we head through Enviro Waste. It is Oliver Sutton, and Weir gets out and just caught in the wet stuff and just way out of shape. Drove out to the wall. And Parkle followed it, and the 195 looking to capitalise on this, as is Bright. Anybody in that line shooting through to do an Indian file push. Out in front, though, it is the 44 of Sutton back to Riley Evans and Wickens in the 35 car. And it is a battle here. Sutton goes from the wall to the pole line to protect his line. Well, protect his lead, probably more so than his line. He changed plenty of line through the middle there. And it is Sutton out in front. Back to the Riley. Evans in the 7. Looking to that outside as we head through Enviro Waste. A few little battles going through the pack there. But Evans takes over the race lead as we cross the start-finish line. And Bright and the 195 of Caleb Adam have a go. No, Bright's decided to find the wettest part of the track and see if he can park the car. And the 85 car joins and just ever so gently taps.
Scott Bright gets going again, but the lights have come on.
Yeah, it was one of those little moments. The 85 car, big belch of flame. More like a fly farting, to be honest. Anyway, our race leader is the 7 car. Tony, you're looking at me as if I say you kind of said that. And I went, yes, you did.
Yeah, you did. That's fine. We knew the cynical Jared was turning up tonight, so that's all right.
You should be concerned what's going to arrive tomorrow.
Ooh. Yeah, well, Ivan will be joining us, won't he?
He's short and grumpy. As we head around. I hope the stock cars and super stocks bring some extra fuel. And it is the 7 car leading us. 44 of 35 of Wickens, 92 of Weir, Adam in the 195, 5 of Phillips, 21 of Flower. Feather, not Flower.
Flower and Feather.
Well, I knew it was an F, and it ended in an And I'm not helping the situation. I appreciate that, Tony.
No. I'd start to think Tower and Feather myself.
That's what we're going to get for our performance. Anyway, through Enviro Waste.
Let's have some racing again. Come on. There we go. That'll shut the commentators up.
Yeah, we would have stopped talking when they go racing and saves us getting into trouble. Anyway, the 7 car leads us away. The 44 of Sutton, they're running second at the moment. And I'm picking that Riley Evans is going to put the ears back and run on this one. A wee bit of a bunch up there as we are looking at the inside of Wickens with the 195 car. As soon as they hit that wet patch coming out of 4, they just missile out to the wall.
They all wash out, don't they?
Trick seems to be to keep your car on the pole line. As 35 goes through the grass and pulls straight back out. Yeah, interesting. Going to assume that that's mechanical failure, but he's still going. And he'll retire to the infield, which is probably an appropriate spot to change the undergarments. Anyway, the 7 car out in front, still. If he's got mirrors, he'd be looking back, just going, I just finished this race. The chaos behind me is not worth it. Weir moves over, allows the 195 through, as does the 5 car of Phillips. Through Enviro Waste. Looking down at Brian to see if the flags move.
Big bunt on the back of Phillips there.
Yes, the Bork in the 24 car looking to chase that 5 car down. Out in front though, there's just a comfortable lead for the 7 car. Not a lot the 44 of Sutton can do. The only one that seems to be making any real movement forward is the 195, and you'll see he'll make it under the brakes down to Enviro Waste. And it is Roddy Evans once again, clocking down another lap. Bork looking up the inside of the 92 of Weir, the Kando fishing car. Kando, depending on how you pronounce it. Probably should ask Campbell about that one day. Anyway, past the Valley Cars Warehouse we go, our race leader, the 195 of Caleb Adam looking up the inside of the 44. And another couple of laps to go as Phillips in the 5 just catching on the 195. And Buckman in the 64 car looking to catch the 92 of Weir. Sutton is going to have to do some defending shortly. Adam coming in quick in the 195. Phillips looking to join in. Sutton just keeping that car as tight as he can. And the 5 car to the outside of the 195. Didn't have anywhere to go as the 195 moves on him. 7 of Evans out in front. Past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand. He's got the race win. He's just got to bring it home. And the 5 car up the inside of the 195. And we're trying to squeeze 2 into 1. The 7 will take the race win. Sutton will take second, and I'm picking the 5 car for third, but we will heavily rely on the ELS because that's going to be where the mounting point's going to determine who won that race.
Absolutely. So mini stocks there doing their thing.
Phillips taking it away according to that. But he was only by 0.07 of a second.
Yeah.
So it really was about whether the ELS was mounted on the car.
So that race was brought to us by Graham Williamson's X Factor Cars.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
So fittingly then that the 1NZ car leads us around and is the front car to lead away the last race for productions for the season here at Woodford Glen. Matt Sherlock in that bright 1NZ. Doesn't have his all his own way though, with the 3NZ of Vaughan Fairburn up the inside taking over the lead. And Brad Johnson in the 9 car running wide and allowing the 91 of Chris Bailey, who's having an excellent night in that mighty German machine, taking over third place. So Vaughan Fairburn just checks up slightly going through turn 4. Have to say Chris Bailey got a little sideways there, but these things happen.
It moved over on Phileas down the front straight.
Phileas has to take evasive action there and drift slightly wide through 1 and 2. And Brad Gordon in the 72 car coming through strong as well. And the 21 of Ian Clark there as well, doing his usual smoke screen. So you can hear the rev limiters on the 3NZ and 1NZ cars as they go past start-finish. But Vaughan Fairburn, that car's been very, very quick all season. It's come out of the contact grades to spend a season in production saloons.
He didn't leave the contact grades, mate.
He didn't?
He's still in production.
I see what you mean, yes. And a suggestion he will be back in a different car next season too, I believe.
Oh, there's all sorts of rumours.
Yes.
I know what he wants to do.
Yes, we don't quite sure what will happen, but anyway, watch this space. I'm pretty sure you will see Vaughan Fairburn on track in some sort of machine with 4 wheels next season. but it may not be this production saloon. It's a hell of a car though. It goes really, really well. And the one in Z, Matt Sherlock there too. He's had a great run over the last couple of seasons. Thoroughly deserved the small numbers on his cars, and I dare say ready to move up to something a bit bigger and a bit more powerful.
I guess it depends on budgets. At the
It
end of the
depends
day.
on budget, of course, but
I mean, to be fair to Vaughan Fairburn, he is the service manager for Honda cars in Christchurch, so if he can't make a Honda go fast, there's no hope. Anyway, he is hauling in the 3NZ car. It's certainly got faster and faster as the season goes on, but still when it hits the rev limit, it does sound like it's having an asthmatic cough. As Vaughan clocks up another lap back to the 1NZ of Sherlock, and then we move back to David Filliers. Man, it's been a few years since Jerry raced.
I know. I saw him around the place actually a few meetings ago, and I wonder why he's not still racing. He raced so many seasons here.
Yeah, well, he was the man.
It's like he never gets old, but
he does. As Vaughan Fairburn clocks up the
white flag, just one lap to go for Vaughan Fairburn. To be honest, it's not much of a race, is it? The 3NZ car well ahead of the 1NZ car, which is well ahead of 86. And you'd have to say those two cars with the small numbers on them have been very, very successful right through this season at Koken Woodford Glen, and none more so than in that last race.
And to be fair to Vaughan, when you look at his season here at Koken Woodford Glen, the incident over there with the Martin car and the blue paint on his car is the most amount of damage that he has put on his car this season.
All season, yeah, it is, isn't it?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure in the Nationals I know it got a bit rugged up there, but for the racing here at home, that is the most amount of damage he's put on his car all season, which is a credit to him, because in this grade, plastic bumpers have meant lots of pushing and shoving over the last few years.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
Many stocks head away, the 5 car leads us down the front straight, and we go 3 wide as the 22 car moves up a little bit, and we head round through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of bunching up there. I am sure this is zero contact at all, Tony. None at all, none whatsoever. As you're looking at me like that.
Oh no, we've had it all season, haven't we? I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I think it's something that needs to be sorted out. I mean, either we allow a little bit of contact in mini stocks, or we get really strict and say and ping every last little bit of contact.
Well, the easiest thing is to cut the bumpers off.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of the unfortunate points with a mini stock is they look like a stock car. They don't handle quite like a stock car. Having done one meeting in one many years ago, I managed to drag my carcass around the track a bit. Out in front, though, it is the 5 car of Phillips. It's been a busy night for the Phillips family. They've been at the point end of both grades.
They have.
Followed by the 85, and then the 21 of Feather. 17 of Bright's going to go up the inside. It's interesting to look at the ELS. Just 1 or 2 ELS units on cars aren't working tonight, so that throws a spanner. The 85 car is part of the racing pack, but not being picked up on the signal as it heads around. 42 at Parker looking to go up the inside of Wickens in the 35, now moves to the outside, and Riley Evans looking to move through in the 7 car. And the 35 car just steps way out of shape and opens the door for the 7 to shoot through. Parker has to back out of it, he's out by the wall now. And Caleb Adam in the 195 looking to make moves through, he goes through on the 154, and the 64 of Buckman looking through. And of course, just to avoid contact when cars start to get out of shape, you end up having to do a lot of lap. Make the lap a lot wider. Out in front though, it is the 5 car. He is miles ahead over second place as Bright looks up the inside of the 85. And since Bright's got the ability to do it here, give it a lap or two. We go back to Feather with Evans to the outside. Out in front though, it is the 5 of Phillips. All keeping it seemingly tidy. Just looking at the pit chute, no modifieds at the pit chute yet, so we're not too far away from their final heat. As we clock another lap down the 17 car, looking to the outside of the 85. As we head through into turn 1, the race leader has the best part of the back straight ahead. He is heading past the Valley Cars Warehouse Grandstand in the 5C. Evans and Feather having a battle. Caleb Adam and the 195s move through of Buckman and just trying to catch that 21 car. So one more lap to go before we get the white. And we've got a wee pile up as we come out for the 42 car having to take evasive action through the Winfield as the 154 fired through the grass after getting out a little out of shape. Our race leader will come through. 154 will join and might end up being a bit of a net effect here for the rest of the pack coming through as they go around the outside of her. Our race leader is
car has died.
He's broken. Something's gone wrong. That's not at all how you would have expected it. As the 85 and 17, and it looks like the 85 car is going to come through, moves right across, whoops, and I actually think the 7 car got that.
I think so. Three-way battle for the win there after the 5 car died on the back straight. We'll be interested to see what the ELS says about that. Of course, we don't have our display here in the commentary box at the moment.
Based on, Evans got it. Yep, the 85 car wasn't actually registering all race, but the 85 car to defend the line in the last little bit of straight swerved across, and Riley Evans just picked it up. I wonder if the 5 car's just plain run out of fuel.
Could have been that. Who knows? It's they just died on the back straight there, didn't it? There's just nothing left.
Yeah, and probably fortunate didn't get fair chewed by the 154 car that was coming through. Didn't notice that the it was slowing, and she ended up having to do the big grass slide.